Hello, in this class we will discuss about OMC, which is Operations and Maintenance Center. Now this Operation and Maintenance Center is an important department in telecommunication industry. So, as it is a department in the telecommunication industry, so we have a room in which we are performing these functions of operations and maintenance, and the room as NOC room, where NOC stands for Network Operations Center. So we have a room, and that room is Network Operations Center, in which we are performing operations and maintenance, and it is a particular department which has a major function of maintaining hardware as well as software equipment of all sites. So it has a function of maintaining hardware and software equipments of all site. So that means we have a room allocated, we have a department in which we are maintaining all hardware and software equipments of all sites. That means we have a regular check on hardware as well as software that my sites are running properly or not. Now this network operations and maintenance centers divided into two categories as OMCR and OMCS, where OMCR as Operation and Maintenance Center for radio, as R stands for radio, whereas this one as Operation and Maintenance Center, where S for switch. So this Operation and Maintenance Center is divided into two parts: Operation and Maintenance Center for radio and Operation and Maintenance Center for switch, and both of these having a functionalities of maintaining hardware as well as software equipments of all the running sites. Now, what are the major functions of OMCR? So we will have functions of first OMCR. So very first as function of OMCR. So first function is removing alarms occurring at a site. That means they have to troubleshoot the various alarms which are occurring at a particular site. Then we have a function as configuring new site. So if I require to software configure a new site, so this is also a function of OMCR. Then we have a function of checking, like we require to check performance of all sites, so checking performance of all sites. So we require to check the performance of all sites, we require to remove the alarms, and we require to configure a new site. So these are all the functions of OMCR department in a NOC room or Network Operation Center. Now this OMCR is further divided into various subparts as. So after the functions of this OMCR department is divided into subparts. And what are the subparts? As we have alarm management As a very subpart in OMCR as alarm management, then we have configuration management, performance management, after that equipment management, and then we have BSO as base station observation. So that means our OMCR department is further categorized into various subparts as alarm management, then we have configuration, performance management, equipment management, and base station observation. These are the subparts of OMCR department. Now let's start with the very first as alarm management. That means what are the functions which are being performed if we have manage alarms in our system. Alarm management, as the name suggests, that it requires to troubleshoot the various alarm. So in this, that means alarm management basically deals with troubleshooting of alarms. So the main fundamental work of this management unit is troubleshooting of alarm. Now in troubleshooting of alarms, like we require to have monitor on network handling. So we require to check network handling. Then we have network supervision. Then we have fault handling. It includes filtering process also. Network handling, network supervision, we have fault handling in which we require to have filtering process. Then we require to have fault query. We require to respond to the various queries which are related to faults, and then we have system test. Whenever we require to have a check on a system, so we require to perform a test on a particular system, and that system is known as system test. So these are basically for troubleshooting of alarms. First of all, we require to have a check on network handling process. We require to supervise the network. Then we have fault handling, that how we are filtering the alarms. Then how we respond to queries of the faults, and then we have a system test to require a check on a complete system. Now, okay, as my main aim is the troubleshooting of alarm, so we have various steps, that means how to troubleshoot alarm. So, steps for troubleshooting of alarms. So, various steps for troubleshooting of alarms. So, we have a very first step as monitoring of alarms. So, very first step as monitoring of alarm. Then we have analysis of alarms, monitoring of alarm, analysis of alarm. We have escalation of alarms. Then we have, after escalation of alarms, we have making reports. Then we have to send emails and SMS. We require to check. And then we have removal of alarms. Removal of alarms and getting issues. So these are the various steps which we require to perform whenever we require to troubleshoot various alarms in the network. So for troubleshooting of alarms as a very first step, that we require monitoring of all alarms, then we require to have analysis of alarms, then we require to escalate the alarms, we require to make the reports, we require to send emails and SMS, and then alarms are removed. Now what are the issues? Why alarm occurs? So these are the steps which are there for troubleshooting of alarms. Now let's start with each and every process first. So we will discuss now monitoring of alarms. That means how do we monitor various alarms in the network. So monitoring of alarms is performed by whenever we have identification of a site. So in monitoring of an alarm, we require to have identification of a site. So that means we require to identify a site. Now, in order to have identification of a site or to identify a site, we require to define a NE, where NE stands for network equipment. So for identification of a proper site, we require to define network equipment. Now we have a proper format to define NEs or the network equipment. Like we require to start with BTS number as the first entity, as the BTS number. Then we have site name. Then after site name, what we require to define as operator ID. And lastly, we have infra or media ID. So this is a proper format to define or to have identification of a site. We require to define NE and NE as BTS number, site name, operator ID and infra ID or the media which we are using. That's identification. For example, I have a BTS number 1 and the site name as XYZO. Then we have operator ID which is 99 and infra ID 1234. So this format will define me the identification that I have. I'm using this infra on an Airtel site with site name as this and this is a very first. So we have a proper identification of a site and this identification of a site is there in monitoring of alarm. So in monitoring of alarms, what we require to define the NEs so that we can find out the site on which alarm occur. Now let's move to the next process. So next process of troubleshooting of alarm as analysis of alarms. This is the second step in which we have analysis of alarm. Analysis of alarm, that means we require to know about the type of alarm. So in analysis of alarm, we will recognize the type of alarm, and this type of alarm is according to a list and which is known as severity list. So that means we are going to recognize each and every alarm according to a list, and that list is known as severity list. Now what is severity list? Severity list is basically a color coding list. So this is basically my color coding list which includes all alarms depending upon priority. So this color coding list includes all alarms, and all alarms, that means alarms depending upon priority, which means that on a priority basis we have distinguished or we have categorized some alarms, and we require to know about the type of alarm depending upon the list which is known as severity list. Now according to the color coding list, like we have critical alarms, we have major alarms, we have minor alarms, and we have warnings. So as the total number of alarms in our system, we have number of alarms in the system, but we have mainly categorized all the alarms into four category as critical, major, minor, and warnings. And we require to escalate critical first, then major, minor, and then last priority is with warning. Now, as we have discussed about severity list, that means color coding list. So we require to define some colors to each and every type of alarm. Now, colors given as a critical, we represent it with color red. Now we have blue color, and this color is for major alarm. Then we have minor represented by yellow, and then we have green. So that means which type of alarm severity is. Now it is depending upon the priority. So according to the color that we require to escalate the red color alarm first, then blue, yellow, and green. Now what are the types of the alarms which are there in the critical alarm or the major alarm? So I can give a few examples so that we can categorize that these are the alarms which are there in critical, then major, and minor. Now, the alarms which is in the critical category, so critical alarms as I have BTS down. So BTS down will make my full coverage 0. That means it is reducing the coverage, or I have no coverage in the system. So I require to escalate it first. So BTS down is my critical alarm. Next one as equipment temperature is high. That means equipment which is there in the system, the temperature of that equipment is very much high. So we require to escalate is that as that will damage the system. And then we have very low voltage. As high voltage and low voltage will damage my system. So these are the types of alarm which are there in the critical alarms category, and we require to escalate these alarms very first. Then we have major alarms. So in major alarm category, we have alarms like system on a battery. So my system is working on battery, there is no power available. So very first category as system on a battery. We have a failure of rectifier. So process as rectifier fails. Then we have E1 or T1 unavailable. We are not able to get with even wires to even T1 unavailable. Then we have no RTR detected. This RTR as radio transceiver, which is my antenna. That means that my BTS is not able to detect the antenna. So we have alarm as no RTR detected, or even we can have no CC detected, where CC is control and clock. That means clock is not able to detect. That means I don't have a synchronization in my system. So these are the types of alarm which are my major alarms. So according to priority, it is having a second number. So on a second number, we require to remove these type of major alarms. Now we have as minor alarms. In minor alarms category, like we have voltage, standing wave ratio, and this value below threshold, which means that I'm getting voltage standing wave ratio in my system, which will damage my system. So I require, this is a minor alarm below threshold, so I require to maintain it, but it is according to the environment. So next we have as warnings. So warnings as the last priority. As for example, we have interference in the system which we cannot control, so that will give me a warning sign that there is more interference in the system. So this is about analysis of alarm, in which we require to have analysis of each and every type of alarm in a system. Now let's move to the next, which is escalation of alarms. So in escalation of alarm, we require to escalate the various types of alarms. That means in escalation of alarm, there is forwarding of alarms to field engineer. So we require to forward, or there is forwarding of alarms to field engineer. So as we have a platform, we have an interface on which we are viewing the type of alarm. Now we require to inform the field engineer that at that particular time, at that location there is alarm, please go and escalate it, and after that inform. So we require to maintain an escalation matrix in which we have a name of the field engineers with the contact number, so that this particular type of alarm has been escalated by field engineer dash dash dash. So this is about escalation of alarm, in which we require to pass alarms, or we require to forward the alarms to the various field engineers working. Next one, after escalation of alarms, we have making of reports. So in this department, we generally make, or engineers generally make, three types of reports. As very first is E1 report, then we have dump report, then we have TT outage report, where TT outage report stands for total time outage report. Event report, in event report we have all information related to the events. In dump report we have information sites those who are dumped, whereas total time outage report is the major report, in which we require to have effect of no coverage or no communication. So in this report which we require to monitor, in this we have effect of no coverage or no communication, so that we can calculate the total time for which I do not have no coverage or no communication when alarm occurred. So for example, alarm occurred at 11 a.m. and it is being escalated at 12 a.m. So this report will give me a total time that for 1 hour that in this particular area I don't have no coverage or no communication. So after making the reports, we require to send emails and SMS to the senior members, and then we have getting the issues that why site is down for 1 hour, what are the reason behind it. So this is about OMCR department. We will continue with this department in our next class. Thank you so much.